Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be the first of a best of two. This is from the WCA Group B matches. This is the second series that I'll be casting for this group. And of course, we're still going on for this one. In bottom left we have Tara, otherwise known as Tara 521 or 120, as I explained in the introduction video. Don't know too much about him or the reasoning behind his names, as there's like barely any information hub for this kind of, well, information. So don't know too much about him. I do know he's been participating in a couple of tournaments around 2014, so there's that. And he will be facing three. Spawning in as the blue Night Elf player in the top right. The map is going to be on Death Road. This is the first appearance of this particular map for the Group B. Actually, no, it's the entire WCA in general, actually, so there is that. Anyway, previous series we had three facing off against Infi, and unfortunately he didn't really display, I guess, a strong direction when he played. He didn't necessarily do well. I don't know how to explain this, as I'm actually casting a couple days after, and sometimes games just don't stay within my memories. Oh well. Okay, so the interesting thing about this map is that we do have these skeletal minions over here, the creep camp, that could be taken down, and they'll drop a Rune of Rebirth, and they will actually spawn and act as your minions, you know, whoever activated the rune. So interestingly enough, however, it looks like I'm gonna call him Tara, just for my sake. Tara is going to go straight for this creep camp, even though this is generally, you know, mutually agreed as the top right player's camp. But seeing as 3 started elsewhere, he might miss out on this one. And of course, 3 could always go to the top left to take out Tara's, but this Ancient of War is most likely going to be useless, as it actually can't see if it was cleared out or not. Warden coming out for 3, meanwhile the Death Knight out for Tara. Yep, not much to actually say about that. We did have a mass school opening from Tara, so kinda indicates a lot of early aggression from, you know, possibly the undead player. I mean, this is a rather small map, so mass schools really good in my opinion, but we shall see, since we are facing off against a warden for Tara, so see if the warden is enough to, I guess, handle these mass schools. Doesn't look like she's doing well so far. Unfortunately unable to kill any of those acolytes, not forcing a cancel on the tech, so that will be that. Fortunately enough though, 3 looks like he will be able to kill one of the 2 archers, maybe even both of the archers. It depends if another Shadow Strike gets off, and it does. Thankfully Tara can always go for a Death Coil. I mean, if he is level 2, but he isn't. So there is that. Early tier 2s for both players. Nothing too out of the ordinary aside from, you know, the gimmicks of this map. A lot of ghouls are moving out for Tara actually, and it could possibly mean a big creep camp's gonna get cleared out, or not particularly a big one, but that will do, I guess. Long distance creeping coming in for the Death Knight. He will definitely get to that level 2, unless, I guess, the second hero gets picked up and then all that experience is given away. item is going to be a Circle of Nobility. Meanwhile, the Warden, not really doing too much there. Picking up a Staff as well as a Boot of Speed. No TP Scroll, but I'm guessing she's just going to rely on that TP Staff, as undead players don't necessarily have the hardest of crowd control abilities. Actually, I don't think they have any. Yeah. I'm trying to think if anyone has a stun or whatever that, anything of the sort, but I don't think any of the undead units actually have any stuns, so actually I'm trying to remember. I guess neither of the races do either. Don't know what I'm speculating here, but we are gonna have a couple of acolytes being attacked, but you know, it's during that time where the tech is nearly completed anyway. It's probably not that disadvantageous to, you know, keep mining with 4 acolytes. A lot of damage going down on the Warden actually. That was a pretty unfortunate situation there. That's, I guess, one of the disadvantages of having these moonwells spread apart, because you can't actually use them all. Anyway, this is rather troublesome for 3 to handle. I'm even wondering if tier 2, like, straight away is smart enough, because these archers are not holding these ghouls off, and the Warden unfortunately wasn't able to do it herself either. But I guess once these, like, Ancient of Lores actually finish, then perhaps like, tables turn completely around. But the problem is, you know, completing an Ancient of Lore, because first one's already being cancelled, and the second one, it's good. Looks like it's gonna live. Tier 3 jump as well for both players. Apparently Tara is already halfway through, and of course his slaughterhouse is also halfway completed. Crypt Fiend transition for him. Possibly second hero coming up here. We don't have the lumber exactly for that, but of course that's what these ghouls are for. And of course they're also for long distance creeping. Second Ancient of Lore looks like it might be dealt with. Oh, never mind. The Warden does actually have Blink, so lucky there, otherwise she maybe would have had to destroy one of those moonwells, or maybe even just wait for a TP Staff. Talisman of Evasion has been picked up. Maybe that might be helpful against those mass ghouls, but of course we are transitioning into Crypt Fiends for Tara. That's a lot of ghouls actually. There's no doubt that Tara will be using a couple of them. And the Lich has been started, as well as 2 statues just being queued up. Like, simple undead play here. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Tara's play. 3, I mean, it's standard as well, but it's just really unfortunate that he lost the Warden. Okay, we have Frenzy being upgraded as well. I mean, who can blame him, because he still has plenty of ghouls out there, so might as well make them, you know, higher value. Warden, not sure if she should be doing these solo missions, especially around this time, because I don't know. I mean, there's not much to accomplish here aside from killing maybe 1 or 2 acolytes. I don't feel like that's a big of a deal, especially since we actually have an extra acolyte out there, so just in case one goes down, another could just replace him. There he is. Of course that could potentially be changed into a shade, but we have yet to see that. There's another Ziggurat actually. Warden tossing down a couple of Shadow Strikes at the Lich, but of course we did see Tara actually sending out a couple of abilities back. Death Coil, I believe. The Lich also Frost Nova as well, so the Warden, thankfully she can heal up with the Moonwells. Unfortunately the Moonwells do need mana, so yeah, She's not going to get recovered immediately. Ancient Protector is actually going to be placed down. Will it be completed? I don't know. It looks like it might be, since the ghouls chose to back off. No bears just yet, which could be problematic for 3 actually, as Dryads, kind of like archers, they don't fit the bill when it comes to dealing with ghouls. Hell, even against Griffins, they're not that great. So we do desperately need bears out for 3, because hell, even if these Griffins were gone, statues and ghouls, that would have been plenty against these archers and Dryads. Dark Range coming out for Tara as the 3rd and final hero as well. We're actually going to have a mass detonation here. I'm not too particularly sure the reasoning behind that. I'm not sure if the detonation can actually affect the mechanical statues mana, but maybe it was worth a try, I don't know. Nova, silence, and finished off. Nicely played from Tara, and that will be game 1 of this best of 2. So there's that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. Yeah, 3 probably needs to step up his game. Hopefully he can do it in next, because yeah, his record has not been favorable so far. I'll see you guys again next time, and yeah.